Okay, so we're going to take a look at the market stats for February and basically how they compared to last year. So right now we're going to start with Berwick. We can see that, so this last dot here is February of 2024. And we can see that the number of listings that we have is ticking back up. We have, what, about 12 on the market right now. Listing prices from January to February have come back up, but really they're still trending average right around where they were. And we've got the average sold price as 412,000. We'll look at that below also. The absorption rate. Remember, the absorption rate is if there were no more houses listed, how fast it would sell, how fast it would take to sell out of our current inventory, and we're at 1.64 months. So again, with this dip here in April of 23 and this surge here in December, this all kind of averages out. It is still a hot seller's market. That's what this number means. Sold to list ratio. So for a little bit in January, we had sellers getting a little overzealous with their pricing and having to come down in pricing. And now in February, we showed that I think sellers were coming back to reality a little bit, getting some great advice from their agents, and things are selling right around exactly what they're listed for in February anyway. Days on market, we talked about this last month. We had a huge spike in June, and I think that was due to some new construction, which tends to sit on the market a lot longer, but it's not necessarily an indication of what's happening in the market. Days on market is still right about the same. We're at 18.3 days on market. That's from the day it's listed till the day it goes under contract. And if you watch me, you know I don't like these numbers. So we're going to just look at year over year. February 23, the absorption rate is about the same. It's about a month and a half. And then the average list price is a little bit lower in February 24. And we look at the average sale price. So last year it was $365. This year we're at $412. It's a 13% increase. The other interesting thing is the days on market in February 23. The average house was 79 days on market. Right now we're at 18. We're in even more of a seller's market than we were a year ago, which was a crazy seller's market. Let's look at Lebanon. So same here, you're going to see the trend for all the towns we're looking at is the number of listings is going up. Almost all of the towns, the listing price is going up. Lebanon, the average sold price went from $250,000 last month to $375 in February. The absorption rate is just about the same as Berwick, so they have about a month and a half of inventory. In Lebanon, interestingly enough, houses are still a little overpriced and they're selling less than asking. This is a really weird graphic right here. This is, houses selling a little over. I mean, if you look at these numbers here, it's not a huge span. So they're really trending at about selling for what they're listed for. But right now, they're selling for about a 4% discount, which is kind of interesting. Days on market is going up a little bit in Lebanon, which also will indicate these two things, the sold price and the days on market usually are indicative of each other. So when people are taking a discount on their houses, when they're selling for less than asking, we also see this number trending up. Absorption rate. So February 24, houses are staying on the market a little bit longer in Lebanon. It is still an insane seller's market. Don't let this fool you. Average sale price has gone up considerably, almost 100%. That's crazy. Last year, the average sale price was almost $200,000. Now we're at $375. Insane. But we have the average days on market went from a month on the market to almost 2 months on the market. So really interesting numbers there. We'll keep an eye on Leb City. So now we're going to look at North Berwick. Again, we're going to see that the number of listings ticked up for February, and this is when we tend to see this spring market trend. The average sold price has also trended up a little bit. The absorption rate was still really the same with all the other towns, just a little over a month. And so in North Berwick, we're also seeing Maybe sellers are a little overzealous with their pricing and they're having to come down and give a little bit of a discount. So we're looking at about a 4.5% discount that buyers are getting on these homes there. Days on market trending up a little bit. The days on market was 41 in December, came down a little bit in January, and we're trending up a little bit again. And we'll look at year over year. So the absorption rate, wow. Last year, there was only a couple of weeks of inventory. Now we're about a month and a half, which is similar to the other towns. The average list price has gone up 24%, or just about $100,000. And the average sale price has gone up exactly 50%. So the average sale price went from $240 to $360. So that was North Berwick. And last but not least, South Berwick. South Berwick's always a little bit different. So I don't know why. South Berwick, the number of listings also went up. The prices went down. So this is the only town where the average list price actually dropped. And it's not a huge amount, but still, it's an amount. The absorption rate is right on par with the rest of the towns that we're looking at. And the sold to list ratio, it looks like people in South Berwick may have been getting a little bit of a discount on their houses in December, but we're right back up to selling for over list price. Days on market shot up a lot in South Berwick. So that might be indicative of new construction like we talked about. Last year, a couple weeks inventory. Right now, about a month and a half, which is trending. The average list price went up about 40% in South Berwick, and the average sale price went up about 20%. So not a huge increase like we're seeing, but still trending up. And then the days on market, things are sitting on the market a little bit longer, but like I talked about, that could be indicative of new construction, which we have tons of because there's not enough housing inventory. If you've got a question about any of this information or what your home might be worth or how much equity you might have in your house. A lot of people are pulling equity out of their houses to buy investment properties right now or buy a piece of land and start building a new house. So those are some questions that you might have. How much equity do you have in your house? Feel free to just send me a message and I will get that report right over to you.